Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's special edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And it's special, y'all. We had an amazing speaker that was on the books, and she got sick and had to cancel. And we were going to run a replay. It's like, nah, it's like Debbie and I had such an amazing call not too long ago. It was a week ago, a week and a half ago. Time's weird. Um,
Short.
when was it?
Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
See, there you go. It's like, oh my God. But again,
Yeah.
the energy was just so uplifting and so inspired, and what was coming through was just it's so beautifully refined that I had to invite Debbie back to see if she was available, and she was. So we get to benefit um, from somebody absence, and we'll send them just a lot of love and hope they get better soon. And how lucky are we that we get to be with Debbie today? So I hope you all enjoyed today's call. We're going to dive into a lot of Q&A. Raise your hands if you want to ask your personal question. We'll get into a little bit of conversation. There's a special offer with Debbie, as always, on Beyond the Ordinary Show if you want to go deeper into your private session. Mine's scheduled for December 28th, by the way. I'll see you then. Um, and yeah, if you're not familiar with Debbie, Debbie, why don't you tell everybody? I think most everybody is, but if there's anybody new, why don't you tell everybody how it is that you work with people and you take on clients?
Thanks for having me tonight. I'm
Mhm.
so grateful to be here, John, and everybody. I feel your hearts. So thank you for having an open heart and being open to angels. I first experienced angels during Reiki. I started doing Reiki sessions in 2000,
Hmm.
and I witnessed what Reiki couldn't handle, angels could. So I started working with the angel realm and used my mediumship and Reiki, kind of mixed it all up with angels. And now it comes through so clear, so loud, loved ones, angelic guidance, healing, spirit guides, messages about the body. And in 45 minutes feels like 10 minutes.
Hmm. Yeah, it goes by really fast.
Yeah, it goes
And you just dive in. You just go, 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 which is amazing. Open up to questions if there's like kind of everything was answered, but since we have extra time, let's ask questions and hang out, which is always wonderful. I'm curious, Debbie, what your interpretation is and maybe what the angels or the guides have to share about the refinement of the way that we're tuning into lately. It feels for me, and I'm hearing a lot of people having a similar experience in their own personal experience of the way that they're tuning in, having communication come through them, the way that they're articulating it, but it's so much more, seems more powerful, more clear, more empathic, and easier for those messages to be received and acted upon. I'm wondering if you're having similar experience with that.
Oh, I'm blown away. I'm more and more people are open and connected, and I think the veil's actually gotten thinner. Would you say that too, John?
For me, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And it's one thing to be in awe of it because you're like, something's happening and I can feel this maturation taking form.
Yeah.
But then to hear other people that are having similar experiences, again, I'm still blown away by the ones I'm having and
Yeah.
how they're grounding in. But again, to hear of others having similar experiences, having an effect of their teaching or leading or guiding also of how that is being received and it's m more empowered than it was before. It's really it's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's getting stronger, and I think more and more people are awake than ever.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, I'd love to let's just dive into Q&A with everybody today. So
Okay.
if you're ready to get started, if I've promoted you to a panelist, if you'll turn on your video, it will help me to choose you guys. And with that, Kim, let's start with you. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. Thank you
Um,
for choosing me today. I'm thrilled.
Thanks for choosing us.
Yes. Debbie, I've had a reading with you and you're fabulous. So I just wanted to tell you thanks for coming on tonight. And it's been a while since I last had a reading with you. And I just wondered if there's anything that stands out that the angels are wanting to tell me today.
Thanks so much, Kim.
Mhm.
As soon as you started talking, I saw the number 222.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that number lately? Like on,
Um, I've been seeing a lot of 111.
okay, okay, angel numbers.
Mhm.
The 222 means divine order to the chaos you're experiencing.
Okay.
Angels are saying they promise that whatever's chaotic is going to make sense.
Okay.
But the 111, when you saw it, each time you saw it, an angel was within 8 feet of you, making you look at that number. I have chills.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
That's exciting.
So the twos are indicative of maybe some chaos or something that you're like, why is this happening? They want you
Mhm.
to know it's angelically chaotic. That's the word.
Okay. Okay. Did it?
Angelically chaotic.
It's angelically chaotic. They created it.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. How's that feel, Kim?
Well, does that mean like something good is going to come out of it? I always think that it will if the angels are involved, right?
Correct. Something good. It's going to land just the way it should because of the chaos.
Okay.
Hmm.
Very nice. Hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Debbie.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's interesting, Debbie, because we're so entrained to like what bad thing might happen? What can I prevent? What is something good maybe going to happen? And if what if we could have the mindset that no matter what's happening, there's a good outcome from it, and we're navigating different aspects of our relationship with the thinning of the veil as we're experiencing it,
Yes.
right? So the refinement process, it's potent and it's beautiful and it's chaotic, messy sometimes, but the creation afterwards can be just so spectacular.
Yeah, chaos isn't always bad. It feels bad when you're in it, but you can go, okay, angels, help me see what you're seeing that I can't see, or help me trust that this has makes sense or will make sense. We
Mm,
can ask that too.
yep. Something that's been coming up for me, and I'm curious if y'all are experiencing, so I'm going to ask for the collective here in the group, is that I'm going through periods where there's like little things that'll come up and I get it and it feels like it's state of overwhelm or like too much information's coming in and I know it's happening through me, but at the same time I'm like, hold on a second, this is older or something's aligning or it's something is leaving. Um, what are you aware is perhaps happening in some of those energies and how much would you contribute or bring awareness that there's a greater collective energy that empathically that I am most likely picking up on, but if y'all are feeling something similar that you might be sensitive to as well.
Good one. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, what's your experience with that, Debbie? Or what are the angels particularly saying about like this navigation of this time that we're in right now? We'll just call it the month of December.
Okay. Well, I feel a little bit more myself sensitive, extra sensitive to environments and people and certain, areas. I pay attention. I think we all empathically are being navigated. And if something doesn't feel good, trust it, whether it makes sense or not, or if something, doesn't makes it may look bright and shiny, but you don't feel good. Trust what you feel over what it logically should mean.
And and how can we navigate some of the nervous system responses that come up again, a state of agitation or a state of an anxious energy, or in some cases, just something triggering, again, a bit of a sensation of overwhelm.
Okay, so if we know what we're feeling is information,
Mm,
it changes it. So if I walk into someone's house and I get a stomach ache, a severe anxiety, I know there's a soul stuck in the house. There's a spirit.
mm.
So I'm really getting information. I'm not getting an attack because my brain's learned that. But when you're in it, you can feel and you can get overwhelmed. But if you stay open and go, okay, this is information, you'll start to discern what the information is.
Yeah, I love that. And from my awareness also, there's a lot of recalibrating
Mhm.
old emotions, old timelines, old situations, and the body's experiencing to let it go also, even though our consciousness is holding something else, that the physical body is still like there's in essence some type of purging and a recalibration happening with the veil thinning and the access that we have to that more refined energy that we're attuned with.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
like coming through. So again, I was curious about your perspective on that. Let's continue with another caller. Let's go to Kamaya. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I thank you for today. I would love to ask, I've been in a very quiet but powerful personal development with moving locations and animals passing and lots of things going on. I'm right at the cusp of I'm ready to I'm feeling to put my work out. I'm not 100% sure um, in what way because it's very unique. And I would love any angel advice. I have been seeing lots of angel numbers and I do intuitive, lots of intuitive work actually, but I've not been working with people, mainly family actually, but all
Mhm.
energy, not one-on-one. So my question would be what would any guidance? So intuitively, I feel like I'm just bursting ready, like the world is almost ready for what I have. I'm an Aquarian. I've always been very different. And I've got lots of, I write and I've written books, and everything I've done is always on personal empowerment. And I activate people. I love when a person's in front of me to draw their highest potential and essence. I sing and I speak light language. I work on many levels. Is there a question in there?
Yes, I'm gonna answer you with a question.
Hmm.
So intuition is your first thought, and the logical mind is the second and third thought. So about your career, don't go with the second and third thought that's logical. What was your first thought that you should do and put out there?
Into my first thought.
The very first thing that maybe didn't make
Yeah,
sense.
it's intuitive. Yeah, so I love to bring out the uniqueness and to promote uniqueness and encourage people that it's safe to be uniquely them.
All right.
So
That's
that's where it's heading, isn't it? That's what you're saying. So actually, and I think now that I'm in your presence, thank you both, that it feels like it's safe now, if you know what I mean. I
Well,
feel
Kamaya,
I've been,
I was going to ask you that. Is it safe for you to be your unique self?
wow.
thank you. Yes,
And
it's
that's
I've been
the holy mirror.
feeling my way. Yeah, we're in a little seaside community, and I've been feeling my way, and then I feel myself draw back. It's like, ugh, no one gets me, that kind of. But I'm really feeling, and I'm feeling the urge, and I'm excited. But it's, that very beginning. It's like when I first started writing a book. It's like there's so much here. Where do I start? and how do I word it so that that it doesn't seem so abstract or
You may want to dive in with a personal session with Debbie Kamaya and go deeper into it and see what guidance you can bounce off of each other, bringing in your intuition and Debbie's ability to connect and see what wants to be created from there.
very good.
Yeah,
Yes.
blessings to you, Kamaya. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you for that high energy. I felt it.
Right?
Woo!
Totally.
Lovely.
High vibration.
Yeah, it's Suzanne Lee, let's go to you and Kamaya. Own your energy. Don't, it's like you're owning it here, own it everywhere. It's like
Love it.
the times of us not being uniquely us, we can't do that anymore. It's gonna hurt too much, it's gonna be too painful, we're gonna shut down. It's you're gonna feel the effects of not being uniquely you,
Mm.
and it's gonna get more pronounced. Um, Personal experience. Um, okay, let's
I get
see.
it.
Where'd she go? Where'd she go? I called on her and she went away. All right, well, let's go to Sheila. Hi, Sheila, welcome. Okay, y'all, I know that we're out of Mercury retrograde, so I don't know what's happening. Uh, Sheila, can you find your unmute button?
Did you?
I can't find it. Sheila, find it and I'll come back to you. Alex, let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Hi, hi. Thank you
Hello.
for hosting. Um, I, Debbie, I've had a big loss this year that's really made me question my self-worth, and I've been working with self-love technologies, and I'm feeling like I'm not nailing it. I need a bit of help with where to go with just really believing in myself and my own self-love and self-worth. I'm really
Mhm.
struggling with that. Like I'm going and talking to my inner child. I'm just feeling like I'm not getting through.
I get it. I think it's one of the hardest things is our head and what our head does to us. I totally get it. Something that the angels told me in a session one time was if someone's criticizing you, whether it's verbal from someone else, or if you're yelling at yourself, that the angels are like, that's not us. So
Mm,
if you know those words, those thoughts are not coming from the light, you can tell them to be quiet, go away, don't listen to it. They don't count.
okay, amazing.
That helped
Yes,
me a lot. That helped me knowing that. I was like, oh, maybe I'm listening to the wrong voices.
yeah, that's great. Really good reminder, Anna. Thank you so much for that pointer.
Debbie, how do you discern between the really benevolent, supportive voices and the ones that are maybe coming from ego that we're hearing from something else that's not necessarily originating from us?
Angels are loving. They're never going to say, you can't do that. They never are negative. They're saying, well, give it a try. Why don't you do this? There's always like a magic or an encouragement in this is the trick. The ego and the critical mind are way louder. So
Hmm.
you're going to hear that first, and then underneath, like an undercurrent, you're going to hear angels going, well, maybe you could, or why don't you try that? They go on at the same time. One's louder than the other.
Okay, that's interesting.
Alex,
Yeah.
I have an exercise for you.
Sure, great.
Whenever
Okay.
that doubt comes in, the the talk that kind of puts you in a state that you prefer not to be in, um, ask, what would Debbie say?
Okay,
Seriously, what would Debbie tell me right now? What would the
okay,
angels guide me? Put yourself in a conversation with Debbie. Take yourself in an etheric personal session. Now, don't connect. Be super cool when you're connecting,
sure.
particularly, right?
Yes,
Permission.
yes.
But you can have that conversation in your mind to really tune into the higher vibrational state that's already alive in you And sometimes when we can use of someone that we hold respect for and that we know has the integrity to hold that space, it reminds us of a level of standard that's possible for us, and we can continue to attune to it over and over again. It's a practice. It's a building a muscle to that
Yeah.
frequency
I,
attunement. So if you go there, it's
I
so simple.
I feel like it's a balance though, is there between, dismissing the ego self-talk chatter, but also is it coming up because it wants to be processed and released? And that's what I'm
Don't worry
trying to
about
do.
that. Don't worry about the balance. Go to the place that you want and know that everything will be balanced naturally.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
tend to be so human and try to play God.
Yeah.
Let's just be human and enjoy the humanness. Allow
Sure.
those things to naturally occur as you hold the space for the standard in which you wish to adhere by, and let the things come up in their divine timing, in their natural order, but with you choosing the direction that you prefer to go and take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But
No, that's good.
we try to fix things in so many ways and use so many different techniques uh,
Yes.
so that we can scrape the bottom of the barrel so that we can finally be free to. But when you're up here, what's at the bottom of the barrel is it's gonna be filtered through that light that you're emanating anyway.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. No, I get that. It's just really hard to see up there and feel
Practice.
up there when you're down there.
Hey, it's hard
But
it's
yeah.
hard to run a mile, but you got to run the first
Yes.
100 yards or 100 meters to get
Yeah.
to the mile. But man, when you do it, it feels so good and so good for your body, and you breathe that much more efficiently, and worlds open
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
practice, 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 do. And
Yeah.
what would Debbie say? Cool. Blessings
I'll,
out.
I'll, I'll tell you a trick I do sometimes. Sometimes I just say, okay, shut up. Like if my head is just yelling and just going at it, I'll just be like, shut up. Do that too.
I like to see you agitated at some point. I haven't seen that yet. One day, but in a
Oh, it
funny
happens. It
way.
happens.
Alex, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Of
Thank you.
course. Lucy, welcome back. Lucy, can we get you to unmute your microphone?
Yep,
Yeah, you
there
are.
I
Hi.
am.
Hi,
Hi.
Lucy.
I'm wondering, Debbie, how do I get through this hump of not wanting to be on the planet?
Okay.
Hmm.
First of all, if that thought's in your mind, that's not coming from angels. Just speaking of what we just talked to Alex about.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That. So the people I talk to that actually have those thoughts, you guys have to be here. Your energy is required here more. That's the dark side trying to get you to give up. Your vibrations required even more. You get attacked more.
So
So
how do I get away from it?
tell to shut up. I'm serious.
Okay.
It's not, angels are not saying that. Let me ask this. I just talked about the undercurrent or the quiet voice. What's the quiet voice under it?
Hmm.
Mm.
What's the magical quiet you don't believe voice that's underneath it?
Well, what's underneath it is like I got no incentive to be on the planet. Like I would like to feel loved and have a relationship or friends, but because of health issues, they keep me in the house. I can't drive. So it's real difficult to get out there and meet people.
So that's still dark, or that's still not. So underneath that,
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if you're on the show tonight, you're meeting all of us. That's a step. That's huge. Any tiny voice that's been like, you just are like, there's just no way that could be true.
Hmm.
Then maybe your health, will improve and you will meet someone. And have you had those thoughts
No, I hate
at
to say
all?
it, but no, it's been 34 years of this, and I'm feeling pretty fed up, although there's still like an inch holding on, and that's the part I don't
Okay.
understand. Yeah,
That's your angels. Oh, I knew you had something. That's your angels. Grab that one. Grab it.
okay.
They're not telling you all this other stuff. I'm so glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. Direct
Thank
your
you.
energy to that 1%, Lucy.
Yeah,
All it requires is that pinprick of light, and it keeps expanding. And
yeah,
physical issues and the emotional pain that goes with that, it's tough. So I have a lot of compassion. Um,
thank
because
you.
it is one of those things whenever I've been sick or been down, it's like if we don't have our health, it's like everything else just
Yeah.
what's left, right? So again, a lot of compassion. And I would invite you to allow that compassion to feed through that 1% that you're tuned into as well, to open your heart to receive the compassion from the angels and from other people who are open to gift you and acknowledge where you are. Your only job is to open to it. And as you open to it even just a little bit more, you'll feel more of a reason as to the why that you're here. And as you open up a little bit more, you'll feel even more of a reason as to why that you're here. And as you open to receive the gift and love from others, and that starts flooding through the more that you open, your gratitude for the love that they're giving you is going to flood you with a reason as to the why that you're here. And you receiving love, not just giving, but receiving, could be one of the biggest acts of service that you can give to humanity. And you've been put in a
Mm,
position because of, we'll call it this disability
mm-hmm.
that you have, and I'll call it a disability of being able to do rather than to receive.
Good one.
Because of
Right.
this ability to do, you are in a unique position to be someone who's really here to receive.
Wow.
Open your heart, love, to that. There's a lot that wants to be gifted to you from lots of different places. You're not a burden.
Mm,
You, the right people in alignment with you are ready to give to you in ways like you have not imagined before. And it's time. We're all opening up, especially many of us doers who are learning to receive instead of
yeah.
giving. Thing we're being recalibrated, we're being initiated to allow that portal to open so that we can all transcend in consciousness in ways that we haven't before. The portal of given has been wide open and it's gotten us so far. There's a different ascension portal that requires the receiving. That cannot open unless the formula to that has been activated. I hope that helps.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Debbie, for allowing me to speak.
That was awesome. No, that was awesome. The little by little is really important. You don't have to do it all in 1 minute. I think
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
Well, let's continue. I love doing shows with you. This is so fun. I feel like when Debbie's on, I just open up to like another level, right? It's like something else gets ignited. It's like, all right, here we go. Like Disneyland on steroids. Um,
Double readings.
exactly, exactly. Cindy White, welcome to the call.
John, and hi, Debbie. So excited to be here today.
Hi.
Hi. I've
Hi.
had and a lot you don't
Hey,
know.
it's Cindy, you're cutting off on us on your
I
microphone or
want
your connection.
oh, okay, let
I
me
didn't
try this. Is
hear.
this better?
Yes, thank you.
Can okay, I had to reposition the phone. Uh so glad to be here. I wanted to ask and not a good memory.
Hey, Cindy, why don't you
And
do me a favor? Let's try this. Turn off your video and try asking your question because it's still cutting off. And if not, maybe you just call in the line and I can try to find you in a little bit.
okay.
Let's stop
Okay,
your
can,
video
can you
and
hear me now?
let's try it. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to ask, I've been really scatterbrained and all over the place, not remembering things. The angels have anything that I need to know what's happening with me?
Hi, Cindy. I can hear you
Hi.
great. I grounding is coming in, like ground, like do you get time to walk outside, salt bath, things that where you ground yourself?
I haven't had a lot of time to do that lately. I've been
See if you can get it in there, like a 20 minutes, 30 minutes here and there. Um, I know it's hard, holiday time, winter time. But if you can ground, I just, hematite, if you have a stone, hematite is really nice for grounding. Maybe if that would be easier for you. There's some grounding needed.
okay.
Yeah.
That's good information. Is there anything in my future coming up that I might be able to learn about from the angels? Is there any bit of information they might have?
They're showing me a door opening. So out of the blue, you're going to be asked to do something or invited to do something soon. Um, Pay attention to anything that comes to you out of the blue. Angels send us things like, I wasn't even looking for that. That's angels. Check it out. There's something like that coming your way. An
Okay,
opportunity.
wonderful. Thank you so much. Just last question. All of the UFO sightings that are taking place, do the angels tell you anything about if the UFOs and what's going on in the United States with all the sightings?
So I've had ETs and things like that come in readings. And I know it exists. I know it's real. I think that's also part of opening the veil. I think that is getting thinner and more easier to pick up. And I also believe some of that's of a higher consciousness, and you have to be in a certain vibration to even feel it, see it. It's all because the veil's getting thinner.
Okay, awesome. They're here to help us, though, I'm sure, right? It's nothing that we should be concerned or fear about, correct?
I don't get anything like that. It's a high vibration. It's high vibration.
All right,
Awesome. Well,
Cindy.
thank you
Blessings
so
to you.
much. Many
Yeah.
blessings to you all and everyone here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
blessings to you also. And Cindy, I want to encourage you when we come on, any of us, when we come on and we receive advice, when we ask for advice, um, I can tell you the quality of communication that comes through Debbie, and when something to support you really comes through. Don't just listen to it and dismiss. Like really go out. It's like not if you can find time. Yes, you can find time, 10 minutes if you want to feel better and attune back into that alignment that you feel is more beneficial to you. Don't ignore this special gift that was given to you just for you being on the show. You were chosen, you asked something, really take action on it and let the advice benefit you and not fall on deaf ears because we're beyond the time where it's just let me give you different possibilities of what to do, and maybe if you want to do it, maybe you feel okay, and then you look for another answer somewhere else, and it's kind of landing in the same place, but action isn't taken. And I say this all with a lot of love for all of us. When we show up
Thank
and
you.
ask for God for someone that we respect or trust or feel a connection with, um, let's follow through
I
and do our part.
thank you. I've been thinking taking yoga, and I think that's going to be
Amazing. And you're cutting off a little bit,
much.
so I'm going to go ahead and move on. Thank you for coming on here.
Thank you.
All right. Chris, do me a favor, put the link for the opportunity to work with Debbie in the chat box for the special offer. We're going to get into that in just a second. And before we do that, I want to go into another caller and
What's
let's go to
that?
Barbara. Barbara, welcome to the
Oh,
call. I'm
yeah,
going to see if
thank you. Thanks,
I
John.
can mute whoever did that.
Um, so I am going into retirement soon. I'm going to retire on January 3rd from 35 years. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, 35 years from my day job, and I'm moving into more spiritual work. So I just wondered if there was any general messages coming through rather than asking for something specific.
When you said I'm retiring, I was like, she's not retiring.
I heard the same thing.
So you're just getting started.
Mhm.
And I'm so excited for you. That the one thing that I saw in your energy was, it's almost like you got energy from the decision to do spiritual work or to dive into it and start doing it. So you're going to have more energy than you ever had. I'm excited
Lovely.
for you.
Thank you. That's lovely.
Amazing. Yeah, you're wonderful. Great energy you have. Thanks for coming on. It's like
Thank
more of
you.
that around the world, please.
And I do just one quick question. I am just curious about light language. That started to come through a couple of years ago. And is it about helping? Because when I work with people, because I have started doing some of the spiritual work already prior to this retirement, but is the light language about altering frequencies when I work with people to help open up? Is that part of it? Or
100%. 100%. It's channeling healing. Light language is healing. I love it. I love it. It actually, you feel like you're getting a healing from the sound. So it is healing. It's incredible.
all right.
Are you
Thank you.
holding it back at all, Barbara? Are you like hesitant to like share it more?
Well, yes, I think when people come and they're open to hearing it, yes, but I would say I've been slow to really let it open up because when it starts, it can be really loud and um yeah, so yes, John, I've been slow to open up to really
Ah,
let it come through. Yeah.
I thought Debbie was going to say something, but I think we're great.
Okay.
Blessings to you,
Thank
Barbara.
you. Thank you.
Keep doing your
Bless-
work. It feels amazing.
Thank you.
Uh, all right. Y'all, if you've clicked on the chat box and the link, we're about to head over there. If you haven't, go ahead and click on it and follow along and look at the opportunity of working with Debbie. And Debbie, describe again, it's what people are receiving in the package, obviously a one-on-one session, and there's a couple of other items in there as well, for their wellness, I guess I'll call it.
yeah, it's a 45-minute session that, like I described earlier. And then you also get 2 MP3s. So I love music. I think sound heals the fastest. And that's why I love light language also. But the first MP3 is for prosperity. If you just listening to it or playing it is activating the intuition to make prosperous decisions. And you just have to play it in your house or in your car. And then there's another MP3 for your pets I'm a pet owner and I know how pets get anxious when you leave the house. And this is awesome to make them chill out, go to sleep. The music actually relaxes them when you leave. It's really good.
Yeah, amazing energy. And again, the sound healing again is so powerful. And I just keep feeling more and more sound healing is coming up from a vibrational standpoint. I think it was always there as a tremendous healing capacity, but again, because the veil is getting thinner and we're less resistant and more open to the potential of it, that it's becoming more effective and powerful in the way that we receive it and heal from it.
Yeah.
So this is awesome, y'all. Again, 45 minutes with Debbie, going to full channel session. Um, it's with Debbie. Again, my sessions with Debbie will get on and Debbie, you'll just go on for like 25, 30 minutes. It's like just information. Don't say anything, don't inform. I want to share so much, but I wait. And then I'll get into questions. But by the time that Debbie has shared just what she's been receiving, I feel so just seeing her satiated, comfortable, excited. Um, and for me, I ask clarifying questions in the in between. But typically it's so clear and so direct. It's wonderful. If y'all have had sessions, I know that you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I highly encourage you. For the price to receive the 45 minutes plus the frequencies of prosperity and the pet healing frequencies for $147, it's a gift. And I hope that you guys take advantage of that. Um, so Debbie, thank you for always coming on and being so generous with the offer and your time for the community.
I love this work, you guys. It's like every one of you has a movie that is so unique. And I get to
Mm,
watch movies all day long about people. It's awesome.
amazing, amazing. Well, Debbie, let's get into a little more Q&A.
Yeah.
We have Kate that wrote in. Kate is asking, how would we ask angels to remove blocks, say to money?
Angels, this is what I learned about angels, during Reiki session. Until we ask them for help, they can only just gently nudge us.
Mm,
If you ask angels, I need help with money. I need help. You will get help. That as soon as you ask, something will move.
mm,
There'll be some kind of a shift, even if it's just in your consciousness, in your reality related to the, actual money coming in, or a shift in your thinking. It's usually pretty quick.
mm.
Try
It's
it.
that simple. It's that
Yeah.
simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Kay. Believe it or not, try it again. You asked, go apply it. Go apply it, y'all. Apply
Try
the
it.
advice that's coming through. Um, and if anything, well, we'll receive, and we're also building that intimacy, that connection with our guides also as we're opening up the potentiality of them coming in. So the more that we practice that, the miracles and the synchronicities that unfold, they're like mind-bending, truly. Um, we start living in a whole different reality, which is amazing. Um, all right, let's continue. Let's go to Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
Thank you so much. I love this show and I love Debbie.
Yes.
Um, I am wanting to ask about my work. I am in a workplace that is sucking the life out of me every day. And I know that we choose our circumstances, and I still don't know what I was thinking when I chose this one because I'm asking to be shielded every day and I'm grounding as much as I can, and I still end up leaving just completely drained and not knowing if I have a purpose there, and praying every day that I can be somewhere else doing something that I really love doing. So I'd like to know if the angels have any communication about what's next for me and what I should be doing to get there.
In March, you're not there. That's what I heard. You are out of there. So you got a little bit more time.
Okay.
They've heard you.
Okay.
You can, this is a trick I like. Also add angels. I need a new job that I love fast.
Mm,
Don't be afraid to add the word fast.
Mhm.
mm.
Did
They
anything come through about why I felt like I brought my best self and I'm trying to help people. Like I supervise people and it's a bunch of mean girls and I just don't understand why people would treat other people that way. And
the
so
energy is you're not in the right energy. That's all.
okay,
It's not that you're
okay,
not doing a good job. It's just, I think you need a higher frequency.
yeah,
That's the empathic in you not feeling good in the environment. Empaths
hmm
use that as GPS. You
yeah,
got to get out of that environment.
yeah.
It's really clear.
Debbie, how
Mm.
do we go about not recreating that environment? Because a lot of times, say growing up as a kid, it's like we carry a certain like type of energy, and there's at times there's the bullies at school, and we
Yep.
go from one school to another, and there's a bully at the other school, and somehow it's like, why do I keep attracting this bully into my life? I keep trying to put myself in a position where I'm open, where I'm being light, where I'm just, but still the same scenario keeps appearing, even though I've shifted locations, even though I think I've put myself in a better environment.
Awesome question, and it's very important. So when you interview at the next place, pay attention to how you feel in the interview. Rather than listening, to the words, maybe just pay attention to your stomach getting upset. Go back to the interview or the place when you started this job. Anything weird that you felt that you kind of went, it's fine.
Mm.
Would you say anything happened?
I interviewed 3 times for this job, 3 different points in my career. I should have learned the first time.
Did you have a like in your gut, or maybe logically it was like, oh no,
hmm
this job's good, I can do it. Blah, blah, blah. But somewhere in your body, were you getting
hmm
nauseous or
hmm
like something's off? I don't know, but your mind couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
I didn't have this understanding that I do now. Then I wish I could go back in time and talk to myself.
You brought it down.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some, if you get any weirdness, go to the next.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, blessings too. I know a lot of times in different situations that we'll get put in a position where someone's vetting us, and because they think they're vetting us, that we think that we have to match them at a particular level so that we can be accepted. And it's clearly come to my under awareness that whenever someone's vetting us, really we're vetting the alignment into what's true. So if we try to find ourselves accommodating or conforming to somebody else's creation, I'll call it, and we're
Mhm.
acquiescing a part of ourselves, then we set ourselves up for a dynamic where potentially there's going to be some struggle. Can we overcome it? Can we bring something in? Sure. But if that's coming in from the beginning and we can feel that, like you're saying, what are you feeling during this interaction? And it feels like we have the capacity. It doesn't feel like it. I know we have the capacity to really raise the standard on how we wish to be met. And actually, the vetter becomes the vettee. And we hold that space where it's like you're either a no for them because you're not going to fit in energetically because it's they won't be able to keep up with what you're bringing in. It's not a right match. It's going to disrupt that toxic environment, if you will.
Mhm.
Or they'll be excited about the potentiality of what's bringing in because it's ready to level up as well. And to bring that into our all our relational dynamics and understanding, I think it's really important right now because we are shifting. The veils are so thin, and we have beautiful creator capacities that we're becoming more aware of, that we get to become more aware of the effect that we have on our environments. So yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot to transmit, but again, ownership and honoring and holding ourselves and attuning to expecting to be met from that degree of dignity and honor and validation. Super important.
Super important. And the body gets the psychic message first. You'll actually get a physical sensation before your logical mind figures out the psychic message. Your body's saying a lot psychically without your mind knowing what the heck's going on.
Are you still working with cards?
I am.
Are you? Okay, so y'all should play with Debbie playing with cards. It's absolutely amazing. We haven't done it a lot on the show, hardly, but I know in the readings it happens. And so I was like, wait, is she shuffling? But the cards coming into play. Awesome. It's awesome. All right, let's continue to another caller. Donna, welcome to the call.
Is it me, Donna?
It is you, Donna. Donna Maria.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. There's so many angels around just lifting. You know, they're offering energy to lift all of us, and I feel it. It's very exciting. Thank you, John and Debbie.
Oh,
It really is a wonderful feeling. I feel energized by the changes that are happening in the thinning veil. And I feel a freedom in letting go of how I'm perceived and just speaking the truth of who I am. And it's been such a freedom because I don't even know what I was afraid of. I can't even identify it anymore. I do feel that I'm being prepared for when I have conversations with people, it comes through me. And then sometimes I'm guided, a channeled message comes through, and I can feel the difference between my own conversation and a channeled message because I don't remember the conversation that's channeled because it's really none of my business. It's between them and source.
yep.
I am a retired nurse. I am spending my time moving through life at my pace and my rhythm, and I love it. But I'm not sure if I am being prepared to do something more formal. When you were speaking to the other woman, I forgot her name about, oh no, you're not retiring. I kind of heard that for myself as well. There's work to be done, and it's happy work. It's not work. It's not draining work. It's replenishing work. Whenever anyone redirects toward the light, it lifts us all, right? John phrases it as we're walking each other home, and I feel that so much. So it is delightful work, and I feel that from you as well.
So what's your question, Donna?
Yeah, the question is there any preparation or guidance or direction for me into preparing to do something more formally? I'm a Reiki master. I have some training in various areas, and I was a nurse for my entire career. So I'm not sure what the next step is or just to allow it to evolve.
So you said something that lit up, Donna. You're you're lit up. You're lit up, but you said something that angels kind of go, oh, that's it. Channeling.
Yeah.
You understand it. You
Yes.
don't remember it. It just comes through and it's gone. That's what's going to develop. I don't know how exactly you're going to use it.
Oh, that was my question. So, yeah, the steps are always just being created, right? I think it's not created yet. That's the kind of guidance that I'm getting, but I thought maybe you would see something different.
It involves channeling, and that's a gift. And you already understand it. You know how it works, but it's going to start coming through to help people. You're just going to download.
The light language is coming to me at night. I'm receiving by light language, and it's just in a few vibrations and sounds, so much is downloaded. It's so much more than we can express in words. It would take pages of words to get what comes through in a little bit of light language. But I just ordered a bunch of tuning forks because and I've gone to a couple of sound baths that really resonates with me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be a practitioner of it or just a receiver of it, but there's something about the sound.
You're going the right way. Keep going that way, and there's channeling involved too.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Beautiful,
Thank you
Donna.
very much.
And
Thank
enjoy the
you.
experiences. Again, we
I
want to
love
do
it.
we want to do something with what's coming through. It's like we want to put it to application, but again, receiving, like enjoy the receiving, like you're
Very
being gifted to, you're
celebratory. I
being
love it.
filled up, right? So the rest will come without a doubt. Yeah,
Thank you so
blessings,
much.
Donna. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Let's see. Vida, welcome to the call.
Hello again, John and Debbie.
Hello
We
again.
spoke
Yes.
last week. Thank you. So my question is, so I'm trying to, when I have a question, I try to kind of like, okay, ask for guidance, try to listen in, tune in. But so my question is, what are the signs that, or I don't know, I don't really know how to say it, um, like that I'm going the right way, or my angels are saying yes, it's the right way, or no, it's not the right way. That's, I don't know if it makes sense. My
Oh, that's
question.
a great question, Vita. Well, when you're going the right way, it's easy. The doors open, they kind of just swing out. You're not like banging, banging, banging on a door. It kind of just opens. And then the next one opens. When we're going the right way or the angelic way, there's an ease to it. There's also a peace to it. Is that
So yes, I know it should be easy, right? Right. But let's say, so I'm trying to like kind of like um listen, or like sometimes I hear like my ears ringing, so I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if that's something that they're trying to communicate with me, or I think I'm just looking for some signs that like they are kind of like giving me the, "Oh, yes, we're here for you." I think that's my.
Well, the ears ringing is so frequencies. So angels go really high in the ear. You'll hear like, and then it'll cut off. It won't be like tinnitus where it doesn't leave. It's short, it's for a little bit, then it cuts off. But loved ones, we can also hear frequencies of people in heaven, spirit guides, a little lower frequency. So if you hear a high frequency, this is for anyone, including you, Vita, who hear the ringing. Pay attention to the different tones. Those are different beings. You could be hearing angels, you could be hearing your grandma. When the tones change, dark frequency, like demonic dark frequency is so low, you can't hear it.
Hmm.
Very important. Those of you who have the clairaudient and sound, dark frequency, it actually makes you nauseous. Have you ever been next to a car with that really low bass and it hurts?
Hmm.
It's even lower than that.
Wow.
So these
Oh,
are
thank
good
you.
sounds. Good sounds.
Yeah, good
Thank you.
information.
Thank you so much.
And something that I would recommend as we're perceiving that there's communication happening, instead of going to no, that can't be, I would default to absolutely it's coming. And yes, and be open to, even though you may not understand what it means right now, just trust that you'll get what it means when you're supposed to get it if you haven't received it in other ways already. But rather than making ourselves wrong all the time, how about we make ourselves right all the time and someone else can prove it wrong? Because at this point, we're
Makes
just
sense.
not playing that game anymore.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, play with it, have fun with it, assume that it's happening, trust it. It's
Thank
like
you. Yeah.
take it on a date to go have some wine with it.
Thank you.
Enjoy, Vita. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Debbie, how do I phrase this? How do I pose this question? It feels like there's a greater invitation to open our hearts more, to allow love in more, to kind of like throw caution to the wind and say, okay, I'm open to receive it and experience it and not try to mitigate. I'm not even going to use the word control, but not try to mitigate its aspects or try to interpret its intentions other than I'm aware that it's showing up for me and let me just say yes. What do the guides or angels have to say in reference to a capacity, even when we can feel something's coming at us and it feels potentially good and we're kind of apprehensive or don't know, how much is discernment to stay in the apprehension and how much is it open and receive and experience something beyond what your mind thinks is possible? You're safe.
I think it's important to discern the difference, and I do think it can be scary to open your heart even more.
Hmm.
The angels just said everyone knows when they need to open their heart more. You'll know. You also know when it's like a safety issue and don't go there.
Well, someone has an opinion in spirit. I don't think that's spirit, y'all. I'm going to meet that person real quick. So we may know, but how do we act upon it in order to receive? Because even though we may know, the fear, the resistance, the apprehension, the doubt can be so overwhelming that we go back into comfort zone. We go back into, I'll be okay over here instead.
We're here to grow spiritually. So if you could go, if I push through this and I'll grow. That could
Mhm.
be the fire that makes it push through. Spiritual growth is why we came here. It's why we took on this, bodysuit.
Right.
Our soul took on a bodysuit. We're here to go, okay, let's grow. We came to learn.
And it takes me back to the caller also. It's like, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. Right. And for me, I got to a point a long time ago where I was feeling hey, I can be right here and it's good. Or there's an opportunity to open my heart and to allow love to come in a way that I haven't experienced it before. And I had to sit with myself through the agitation and the fear and the doubt and the control issues with it. And I got to a point very quickly in that process that I was in, um, that I knew where I could go up to a point of where I was. And I knew that that would be as good as life would get. And was I willing to live the rest of my life at that level, at that standard? Or is there more available? And immediately it's like, well, I can't stop here. I can't live the rest of my existence, whether it's one day or in the next 50 years, at this foundational level. It's like this is as good as it gets, even though it was okay. But I knew that there was something more. And so again, the quote that comes in, if my heart had to break it 10,000 times over, it'd be worth it every single time because how can I deny that love to myself? What a disregard of divinity within myself to not allow that.
That's awesome. John, you just said the magic word, the angelic message in there.
Hmm.
Knew there was something more. That was your angel.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Thank you for fitting in. That's why I got long-winded with it, I guess.
that's your angel. Your angel said, I know there's something more.
Hmm. There you go. And maybe that's the magic words for all of us when we get stuck and don't know how to move forward. It's like, I know there's something more and I'm here for it.
Great.
And I'm here for it, right? Thank you for activating that up even further for me. Amazing. Should we take some more callers?
Oh yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it,
it.
right? Linda, let's go to you. Hi, Linda.
Hi. Thank you very much for inviting me in.
Of course.
Hi, Linda.
I have been receiving so much joy and so much love lately. It is just incredible. Do the angels have any messages for me for the next couple of days? I'm going to have an influx of company.
So I'm hearing, well, as soon as I saw you, I heard mom, Mom.
Yeah.
I heard it from the other side. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I heard the word mom, like someone's talking on the other side. You got a visitor.
Oh, goody.
And is there someone coming to the house that's not quiet, that's like just nonstop loud? They
Mhm.
know about that person too. They know.
That person should stay home. I don't think it's coming, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping he stays home.
I don't know, there's someone coming that you're like, oh my God, he needs to be quiet.
That's
Definitely, yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
But it's good, you have fun.
okay, good. Thank you. Thank you
Have
very
fun,
much.
Linda. Have fun.
I
Amazing.
am. I'm enjoying life lately. It's
Good for
much
you.
better. Thank you.
I'm happy to hear that. Thanks for coming on. All right, Caroline, welcome.
Hello. Okay, so I know that I do a lot of heavy lifting and I take a lot of heavy energy off of people, and it has kind of like knocked my socks off. And so I've heard a lot from you, Debbie, about, how to maybe redirect that. But is there anything else that I need to kind of be doing more just to stay more grounded? Because it's right where I live. And I guess I'm asking this question because I'm not trying to block receiving anymore. Because it's hard for me to stay open, especially when I know how much I pull off of a particular person or two.
Okay, are you in a place where you've got people above you, next to you, below? I felt it. So,
and it's almost caused me to have a complete mental breakdown.
so I get it. I feel it. And I felt so here, you have an 8-foot aura, and so do they. So if you're living in close quarters, your aura is crossing theirs constantly.
Yeah, no, I know.
So if you're hypersensitive, that's a hard living situation. And I'm not telling you to close your heart. I'm just saying you're gonna feel more in that environment.
Yeah, no, and it's been quite the struggle because at various points the person's energy has felt literally like 8 to 10 feet into my space, and it keeps me from going into certain areas.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a strange. And so I've been doing the best that I can, but it's just a chemistry that doesn't resonate with me.
Are they above you?
No, they're beside me.
Okay. If the bedrooms, are they next to each other?
Oh yeah. And this
So
is where I get a lot of it coming from.
So, okay, one trick I learned, I used to live in LA, and LA is so crowded, and you could feel like miles, of people if you're, just empath all of them. So one of the things I would do is if I knew where the bedroom was, I would never put my bed in the bedroom.
Hmm.
I know it sounds nuts.
No, I've slept a lot in the last handful of years downstairs.
It helps to not be sleeping in their 8-foot aura all night.
Mm,
It will
amazing.
help.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because yeah. Yeah.
Debbie, I love for you to add to this also because there's the things that are coming in also, Caroline. First of all, it's when you're working on clearing others and you're taking it on and clearing it, you need to ask, how's this serving me?
It's
You need to
not.
put well, but you need to ask that when you start doing it. How's this serving me?
Okay.
Like become aware, consciously, how's this serving me? And I would invite you, rather than trying to clear their energy, I want you to amplify your energy. Instead of leaking your energy to try to fix or amend or to alter something else, I want you to work on your energy and to lift it. You can be powerful and not be too much. they might feel like you're too much because it's disruptive to what they're carrying, but that's none of your concern. That's for them to contend with. It's okay for you to be too much, Caroline.
Okay, okay,
Flip by.
okay. Oh, no.
It's okay.
Raise your frequency. This is a beautiful teaching for you to not believe that you're being victimized, but that you have an authority to exert the light that you're capable of exerting in alignment with
Oh,
the congruency of the light that has been gifted to you for you to experience. So when we
yeah,
try to use that light for manipulation, it's it's going to be dimmed for us. It's like someone's giving us a spray hose and nothing's coming out, right? But when you're really in alignment and you're highest and the sincerity and integrity of you and spirit and your awareness, turn it all the way up. Why wouldn't you?
yeah, I don't have an answer to that.
Yeah,
There's
good.
no good, there's no good answer to that at all.
And if you thought you'd have a good answer, I'd tell you, I'd argue with you, but that's okay.
No, 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 no. But I've had too many things come to me that are just like gifts, and then I don't pick them up.
Hmm. Debbie, would you recommend stones or crystals in the house to help amplify the energy? Candles, an angel altar, anything that might help that could be of benefit? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Number one, get the bed out of the bedroom, put it somewhere, like, that where you probably no one else has their bed. That'll help. That'll give relief.
Yeah.
Number two, black tourmaline is one of my favorite things. It's all over my house. I take it when I travel. It's awesome to protect your aura. Labradorite also is really great for
Yeah.
protection.
I've got crystals lining, and I mean, okay, but I think you.
Labradorite and black tourmaline. So focus.
We have
I'm
them.
gonna bring a
Yeah.
focus on those. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, Caroline, blessings.
Help.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Okay. Yo, I'm losing track as to who I've called on and who I haven't, so you'll have to excuse me. I don't remember. Who haven't I called on? Shelly, have you been on yet? You haven't, have you? Let's call on you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you for taking my call.
absolutely.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi. I had a reading with you, Debbie, in mid-August, and I had a surprise, John, of I had all these questions and everything, but my favorite aunt that had passed came dancing into this space saying that she was now part of my angel regime, and she said she
Wow.
had this job that would take care of me, which is what I'm really looking to find and everything. But anyways, she took over for a while. And I'm very sure about my creative gifts. I'm a healer, I'm an author, and I also created a think tank kind of program for teens. And ironically, I'm still asking about the job because it hasn't materialized yet. One of the things that I really have in this program that I want to begin is that you cannot create consistently in a state of survival. I feel like I'm in a survival mode and I'm not getting, is there any insight that you can give me regarding um, the career, or I feel like I'm running out of time financially uh, as far as um, getting this job. I've been filling out resumes, and I've been really selling myself more. But
I'm hearing contract work. Have you thought of contract work? I'm hearing that right now that you could do contract work.
as a like freelance kind of thing,
Yeah,
as a bridge.
freelance writer, freelance in that area.
It's kind of interesting because I just decided to put that back on my resume. I had taken the word freelance out of there. Before, what the job was, the message was that I was going to get a government job that took care of me. And I've been really it's quite a process.
That can still happen. I still feel that, but in the meantime, freelance work would cover you instead of putting you in panic.
Okay.
Open up to that.
Okay. Thank
That
you.
was intuition, your intuition to put it back
I mean,
in.
literally yesterday. Yeah.
Good job. You heard them.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. Debbie, what happens sometimes in readings where you're picking up on a potential thread and then someone comes back 6 months, but you told me this thing was going to happen and this other thing
The
and this,
timing.
it's like, and what's the response from your guys on that? Because you're so connected, you're so spot on. So it's just, how do you contend with those types of reflections back that people were hoping that what you're saying came to fruition in the way that they're hoping that it would?
I have to say, I have people call me and they go, oh my God, it happened exactly in that time, in that moment.
Yeah.
Same, other opposite, it didn't happen yet. And you said it was gonna happen. So what I've understood is it's the way we're interpreting it or our expectations. Sometimes the interpretation is different than what we think. Here's an example. I had a girl, I said, you're gonna get pregnant in October.
Hmm.
She got pregnant 3 Octobers from then. It still happened in October, but it was 3 years later. So she let me know too. I heard all about it. Like it wasn't there. There's no, but finally when it happened 3 years later in October, I got an email. So how we interpret the readings can be different, and how the timing can be different.
Mhm.
Seen it, yeah.
Yeah, Aubrey. Sorry.
Well, and I love the experience of those outcomes because like Vita was on earlier, but how do I know that it's really them? And what if I've heard this? Not that Vita said that, but it's not coming through. How can I trust it? And you've gotten to a point where you really have such a connection and probably a lot of confirmation in the process as well of things really coming through in the synchronicities that there is a relationship that's been built that you learn to let go and trust the information that it'll unfold in its own divine timing.
A treasure hunt.
Yeah,
Yes.
it usually unfolds and there's clues and there's little pieces in there that make sense later.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's again the connection and the information that comes through. That's when you have your readings with Debbie, those of y'all who have signed up, and I hope you do sign up. The link's in the chat box if you haven't. Um, I would encourage you to open your heart to really receive and to be open to the possibility of different interpretations, understanding that it's serving in your highest. There's such a benevolence, a frequency that's streaming through, that you open up to the potentiality, to the awe of creation rather than to the linear manifestation of it. Because it's the journey that is so inspiring, not just when we reach the top of the mountain. And life's such a gift, and to be able to experience it together in the mystery, it's what can be more miraculous than that, truly. So Debbie, as we're wrapping up, so last time we'll have you on in 2024. What are you excited about for the rest of 2024 and 2025?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm just excited that we got to do this again. I
Yeah,
love
me too.
you guys, and John, you're so gifted.
Mm.
I always feel like you read the emotions so well. Sometimes I feel like I can be kind of stiff, and you get right into the emotional field so easy, and it's awesome. And
Yeah, we play well together. Yeah.
yeah, it's very complimentary. And I just want to say I'm so this little message tonight about there's got to be something better,
Mm.
and the angel's quiet voice. To me, I feel like everyone that hears this call, whether it's now or on the replay, is going to go into the end of the year. And I'm even taking it with me, that
too.
little tiny message. And I'm gonna hold on to that.
Hmm.
I'm gonna double dog dare all y'all to hold on to that and use it. That's what I'm excited about. This call made me excited about that, and excited for all of you to do the same.
Hmm. Debbie has double dog dared us, y'all. We have to now.
Or that's something I used to do as a kid. I don't know.
I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. The energy, the essence of it, the playfulness, and the calling up is like, all right, I'm holding you to it. Calling
Yeah,
up, right? Amazing. It's always wonderful to be here with you. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying yes to today.
I'm
Yeah.
here. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Debbie canceled an event to be with us, y'all. To be with us today in a last minute phone call. So this is like super cool that she got to join us. So y'all come back and listen to the replay. Well, it'll be up in about an hour, maybe a couple of hours. The special offer link is in the chat box. It'll be on the replay email we sent out. It's always on our website, beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. We'll take it to the special offers. And Debbie, so grateful for you. Thank you. It's good to see you again after a few days. And until the next time. And until the next time, y'all, sending you a big hug, big bow and namaste. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, evening, wherever you may be. Bye, everybody.